Financial topics, trending news, politics, all come together here at the Vault.
All right, so Charles, what metrics do you use to determine if the market is overvalued or undervalued?
Good question. I try to use what they call a price earnings ratio. So price earnings ratio basically means it's what any investor is willing to pay a particular company for $1 of earnings. Okay, so you have certain companies that have very, very high PE ratios, i.e. growth companies. So those would be like the Alphabets, the Microsofts, the Zooms. They have very, very high PE ratios, like sometimes into the hundreds, right? Because people are willing to pay so much to own a piece of these particular companies. So you also have companies like, let's call it like a Ford or GM, right? Which have been around forever. People aren't willing to pay up as much because they don't have as high a growth rate, right? So you got to figure out within your own portfolio whether or not you want stocks that have a higher PE ratio, because sometimes that might be overvalued compared to the overall S&P 500 or the Dow Jones or whichever index you're comparing it to. But depending on what the index has as its own price earnings ratio, you can determine whether or not the stocks that you own are more valuable or unvaluable at any given moment.
All right, that makes sense. You always make it easy for somebody like me who knows nothing about these things to understand. Appreciate that.
There you go. Stay right.